You're loyal. You're smart. I appreciate that.
Okay, this is an easy one. This is one I have answers for.
Action.
Okay.
I'm going to say something about him being younger. The tension is over. Just kidding. Kidding.
Well, which one am I doing here?
That's off. No, look at me take that.
I have known Victoria for about 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. Probably longer, like I knew of her, but like we weren't really friends.
So Victoria I met 2012. Brandon, May last year.
And I have known Brandon for like 2.5 years. But I heard about Brandon way before I met Brandon.
I met Victoria in 2005 when I was 13, and I met Brandon when I think I was like 15, and Tori was 15, but he was like 14.
Victoria I've known for going on 5 years in August, and Brandon I've known since I was, I believe, 5 years old.
I'd say at least a decade for both the individuals.
I've known Victoria since August 2005. I met her just as my sister the first day that we moved to America, and I remember meeting her as well as her parents, Herman and Janice.
Victoria, like 11 years now. 2 years. Brandon, 2 years at least.
I don't recall exactly when I met Brandon, but I know it was probably sometime in early 2006 when he was in Imperial Beach.
Okay, I've known Victoria since I was 7 years old, and then I've known Brandon since I first got saved. I was 15 years old. Okay, so the first time I met Victoria, it was at a New Year's Eve party. I was very little, and she came up to me and she introduced herself to me. She was very friendly to me, but little did I know, her mom made her introduce herself to me, and she was not happy about that.
It was actually when we were at the Mission Gorge building, and Resistance was doing the music scene, and I remember telling Brittany, why does she not sing like professionally?
I annoyed Victoria at first, so I met Victoria at a Bible study at her house. I don't know how old she was then. You guys can do the math. But it was interesting. We watched YouTube videos, American Idol. At the time, we died laughing.
Was on a 6-hour Skype call. Technically, I was actually with my wife now, girlfriend being then. She was actually part of the video. I basically had to get approval from her to start dating Katie, so I guess that would be the first one.
My first time meeting Tori was packing up the Lamb's house, my first day in San Diego, and we packed up the house together and we talked the entire time, and I thought to myself, I feel like I've known this girl my entire life by the end of the day.
Me and Victoria kind of became friends in Mexico. I went to Mexico with Sita for the Healing Crusade, and Victoria and Sita ended up riding back to America with me, and that's how we first started becoming friends.
Okay, I'll start. Victoria, I know we know each other since we were younger, but I remember a couple years ago after me and Mesa Church, I asked her name, and she told me Nanya. I was like, what? She's like, Nanya Business. And I was like, oh wow.
Brandon, I met him, I think when Tori met him, we met at like a youth rally or youth service or a music scene or something like that, and Brandon played the guitar and sang. and that was very special, and Victoria really enjoyed it.
We came to visit last year in May. I was staying at Pastor Joe's house, so I was walking around the house, and the next moment I saw this guy sitting on the couch in a pair of shorts, and he was reading his Bible, so automatically I knew this is a pretty good guy.
Was when he first came to our church, and I see Brandon, and I like run over to Victoria just to tell her, Brandon's here, he's gonna get saved, and then he did, so praise the Lord. Later that night, he gave me and Victoria a ride from Joe's house to her car, and I thought his leg was broken, but I'm not sure if it was broken. I just remember sitting next to a crutch, and just there was a smell in the car, but he got delivered, praise the Lord.
I think I met Brandon at conference, but I really got to know him in Joey's Wrangler, Joey's Jeep. It was like random.
We were kind of like introduced to each other by his mom, Kathy, and we became friends ever since then. And he wouldn't stop singing.
I don't know, he was like an older brother, so he was mean to me, even though he'll deny it to this day.
Okay, I feel like I've met Brandon at a music scene in IB, like a youth rally.
I always remember that Victoria would always be on the side, like giggling and laughing with her friends, and she always had a major crush on Brandon, and I think he knew it, and it's funny how it all came to pass now. Here we are in 2017, about over 10 years later.
Let's see, one memorable moment with Victoria would just be like going to Disneyland, having fun, just doing whatever we wanted to do. Also, we would go to Pacific Beach. It's not one memorable moment, but just like the times that I had with her were very, amazing times that like I wouldn't replace for anything.
Gosh, how do you just pick one? Let me think about this. Gosh, I had so much time.
With Victoria, before I came back to the church, we would go and get like ice cream or whatever. We would just sit in my car and just talk about everything. And one thing that really stood out to me before I came back was she never like hounded me about like getting saved or anything. She just was really like my friend, and she was just there for me and didn't like hound me, and it really like opened my eyes to what a true Christian is.
My best times with Victoria were the days that we would just be so irresponsible and just call out of work, decide that it would just be a Disneyland day instead, and those times we would just pick up and go, and we didn't have to do anything, didn't have to be responsible, and we'd just go spend the day at Disneyland, making our own parades, and driving other people crazy, and ending the day with very unhealthy McDonald's.
So one of my favorites was me, her, and Chris Santiago. We got in the car a few times actually over a couple months and just like drove to LA for different things or outreaches or whatever. And then we used to blast Wicked in the car and like belt it out and sing our hearts out to it. And then we would go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles every single time. So that was pretty cool and pretty special. And then also we used to play Nancy Drew together for hours.
Was a night at Yogaland. It was just myself, my wife, and Victoria. It was just a good time together. I really enjoyed the conversation.
I had a great time with Victoria and Brandon, as well as Sita, back in about 2015 in the summer. We just had a great time going to the beach one time after a church service, and it was just a fun time.
Brandon, I guess, would be Tempe Conference. We pretty much spend like the whole time together, from morning to evening, 24/7, 7 days a week. No, I'm joking. It was just 5 days a week.
When we went to Rosarito, and he almost made my eyebrows burn off from a firework, and what would I have done without my eyebrows?
I was at his house, his grandpa's house, and we went on a bike ride with a couple of his friends. And we're going down this hill, and this guy hurts himself, and we see the paramedic on the side, and we went to the paramedic, and the paramedic kind of fixed him up on the spot again.
All right, so this is the one question I've been waiting for like the whole time. I absolutely have no idea how these two met. I was asked to be in the wedding after meeting him in May. All I'm worried about is I'm getting free food, I'm getting a suit, and I got like these cool pineapple socks. So that is pretty much a good bonus. So the question of how they met, who knows? It's, I guess, a mystery.
Tori and Brandon, they were both at Disneyland on the same night. It was crazy. And the fireworks started going off at 11. It's so magical and dark. And they just made eye contact and in slow motion started walking. No, I'm just kidding. I think they met at a music scene, something like that.
They just, re-met again in church. And I remember pushing Victoria to re-like Brandon again.
Well, I think like everybody says, they met like in IB, probably at a youth extreme or something like that.
I'm just so happy that we're here today.
Words of advice? Please just don't write this in a book of memories. But what I would say is basically stay truthful to each other. That would be the one thing. And Brandon, remember this, a happy wife means a happy life.
And what I know of marriage is like a workshop. Brandon's gonna work and she's just gonna shop.
One word for you guys as a couple is always respect each other and, put God first, because if you put God first, you'll love each other even more.
Be truthful, honesty is key.
I think I have to pass that off to Sita, because she just got married. She knows way more about marriage than I do.
Marriage advice? I'm only 2 months in, so I'm gonna have to pass this to Katie.
I don't think I have anything. Just stay saved. Serve God. Can I restrict myself to one word? How about we say they are lively, full of life.
One word is crazy, but like in a good way. That's more than one word, but it's okay.
Strong.
Unique.
Hot.
Beautiful.
Disney character. I think they're gonna make their own Disney movie, They're gonna change the game.
Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Timon and Pumbaa?
She would be Pocahontas because she's a native princess.
Probably like Jasmine and Aladdin, because like Brandon was all like bad boy and then he got saved. And praise God for that. And then Victoria was all like the beautiful princess with the long dark hair. And she was just waiting for him to come and sweep her off her feet.
So I don't know why, but I keep thinking of Sebastian from Little Mermaid, probably because I feel like he would sing the Under the Sea song. But I don't know.
Tori reminds me of Princess Tiana, and then Brandon reminds me of a flounder. Yes.
Okay, so seeing this day is about the bride, I would say beauty and him being the beast.
Prince Naveen and Tiana.